All right. So, hi, Kelsey. I am really excited to hop on and teach about essential oils today. And we're going to talk about the basics. This is like a 101 class, how to use essential oils safely and effectively. I have been a wellness advocate with Doterra since 2019. And before that, I have been a massage therapist since 2013. So I had been introduced to essential oils and the holistic lifestyle because of that massage therapy background. And it's something that's just always fascinated me. And I love looking to nature and using more natural approaches when it comes to my health and well-being. And I love to share that with people too. So I was first introduced to doTERRA essential oils in 2018. And that was a really profound experience for me because I had tried a lot of other essential oils before then. And I just always thought that they made the room smell good. I didn't realize that there were actual healing benefits and powers that be with essential oils. So I had a really great experience and I knew there was something different about these. So I had used them for about a year. I wanted to make DIY cleaners and again, make my house smell good. I used them a little bit for pain relief. And then I slowly but surely wove them into my massage therapy practice. I was using them on clients. I was making roller bottles custom for clients and sending them home. And I'm like, I'm doing all of the things a wellness advocate would do. I might as well just incorporate this into my massage therapy business. And then I went to a doTERRA seminar on like how to run it as a business. And I have just jumped feet first into it ever since. And I really enjoy the lifestyle, the community, just being around people who think like-minded and they're looking to nature and using essential oils for their own health and well-being. So that's kind of my background and my story with how I got into using essential oils. And my life has changed a lot because of it. I really believe that doTERRA is a personal development company disguised as an essential oil company, and they really just teach you how to be like the best version of yourself and to tap into your own intuition and all that. So that's my story with how I got into it. And I'm gonna pull up a document just for us to follow along with. It keeps me on time because I will talk about oils all day, every day. So I know that this is more for me to just stay on track and respect everybody's time. It'll take us about 30 minutes to go through everything. So I think we're good here. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. So this is the natural solutions document. It's a pretty basic document that just introduces you how to use them, some of the top oils that are within it. And right away, you can see at the top these little triangles. And we have our modern approach to healthcare, and really what that's all about is reducing your symptoms. You go to the doctor, they ask you how you're feeling, what's going on, and then a lot of times we want to get rid of those symptoms. You know, we don't want the stuffy nose or the headache or whatever's going on. So using synthetic agents that are man-made, we are typically going to just treat those symptoms and not get to the root of the problem. And most people, like they have an ache or a pain, they're going to pop a pill or do something that covers up that ache or pain. We do know that a lot of times there's bad side effects that come with taking synthetic medications or over-the-counter treatments. They wreak havoc on our liver and our other important organs in our body. And then ultimately, like whatever that root issue is still happening. We spend more money in this country on healthcare than any other country, yet we still have the highest rates of obesity, heart disease. Ultimately, we are the sickest nation in the world, even though we spend the most amount of money. So there's not really like this correlation with the more money you spend, the healthier that you're going to be. So, and it's okay, you know, this is what all we've known, right? We haven't maybe been taught otherwise. At least I know that I wasn't in the home that I grew up in. It was very much relying on ibuprofen or things like that. So the natural approach is the way that we look at it with Doterra. So we're going to try to get to the root concern. And essential oils come from nature. So essentially what they are is the immune system of plants. They're extracted from plants, and plants have been around longer than we have, and they're here to help us. And the essential oil is going to come from the immune system of the plant, so it knows how to protect us and prevent in a way that is much more sophisticated than something that is man-made. And it's really going to go to, again, that root concern. It's very safe, no side effects. You never become like immune to essential oils, because I know like a lot of people, you know, they might take something for like their cramps during that time of the month, but then after a while they're like, all right, I have to double that up because my body is used to that. With essential oils, you never develop a tolerance. So the first experience that you have is going to be similar to, or you're going to always have that same experience as you did the first time. And we don't have to worry about harmful side effects. We also don't have to worry about overdosing on essential oils because they are from plants and natural. Our body knows how to synthesize them in a way that we don't have to be concerned about overdosing on essential oils. And there are some safety pieces that I'm going to talk about along the way that we need to respect and keep in mind. But it is nice to know that we can have this natural approach and we don't have to worry about becoming immune to them or taking too much. So if you have your peppermint oil that you got in your sample pack, you can get that out. Or if you already have your peppermint oil, you can get that out. And what you can do is just take a drop right on your hand. And you only need one drop, and you can rub it in your hand, but don't get it on your fingertips because you don't want to touch your eyes later on. There's two places essential oils never go, and that's in your eyes or in your ears. So you could just rub it in, and then you can rub your neck. Since you're in your own home, you can get a little freaky with it, and you don't have to worry about people watching you. And so as you rub that into your neck, you can already start to feel yourself cool down. This is also really great for any tension. And if you have sore muscles, neck, shoulders, hunched over the computer all day, this is a really great way for those sore muscles to relax. Anytime like I think of peppermint, it's like very relaxing, de-stressing. So like it's going to help with muscular tension. It's going to help with digestion. You can rub some clockwise circles on your stomach with a drop in your hand, your temples if you have a headache. It is also great for the respiratory system. So you can just slowly take a breath in through your nose and open up that respiratory tract. You can make a makeshift inhaler by breathing in through your mouth. Whatever's left on your hand, you can just rub your thumb in and swipe it across the top of your mouth. This is good for headaches. It's good to help freshen your breath, upset stomach. It's so funny because when I was little, I can remember like always grabbing the mint leaves out of my grandma's garden, like after I ate too much and like chewing on them. It's funny what we do when we're little kids. But anyways, one drop of peppermint is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So it's super potent. You only need one drop. And that one drop goes a long way. It's not greasy or anything like that, and it's going to absorb really well. So that's our peppermint experience. That one you can use on your body, you can take it internally, and you can also get those aromatic effects. And I'll talk about each of those in more detail in a couple of minutes. I do want to just like bring in a little bit of science and like how essential oils work. And I promise I'm not going to make it super nerdy or anything like that. But if you think of your cell, and if you have bacteria in your body, well, we have like a lot of good bacteria in our body that helps with our immune system. But if we have bad bacteria, what happens is like we have a cell wall, and that bacteria cannot get into the cell. It stays on the outside, but it clings there. So you'll have your bacteria sitting on the outside of your cell. So your body isn't going to be functioning at its peak and prime because it's still got this bacteria that's interrupting on a cellular level. So with essential oils, they are smart enough to go in and take out that bad bacteria, leave behind the good bacteria, and not harm the cell. They're really smart. There's a lot of small constituents that they know like how to go in and remove that bad bacteria, leave behind the good. When you take like an antibiotic, and I'm not against modern medicine. I'm not against taking antibiotics when you need them, but we a lot of times are overprescribed those antibiotics. And when you take an antibiotic, it's not smart enough to leave behind what is effective for our body, and it just wipes out good and bacteria, and it might even harm the cells. So that's usually what happens if we go to the doctors and we tell them we have a bacterial infection, or they find bacterial infection, they give us an antibiotic. Sometimes if they don't know what's going on, they still will give the antibiotic. So with that, it takes about 2 years after you're on an antibiotic for your microbiome to rebuild in the gut. And the microbiome is really important when it comes to stress management, when it comes to our immune system. And so if we're taking antibiotics on a yearly basis, or, we're consuming a lot of food that have antibiotics in them, that is always going to be compromised. So an essential oil is a really safe way. They have a lot of antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal components to them. If you have a virus and you go to the doctor for that, a lot of times they're going to tell you just there's nothing you can do about it, go home, stay hydrated, rest, and you'll get better eventually. So with the virus goes inside the cell, can permeate through the cell membrane and get inside the cell. So our essential oils, being so small and complex, can permeate through that cell wall, clear out the virus, and leave behind the good, healthy cell. So that's as scientific as I'm going to get, but also what's nice is you can use essential oils ultimately to help you heal and to help you get better quicker. Since I've been using them on a regular basis, knock on wood, I have not gotten sick. And if I start to feel those symptoms come on, I'm really proactive at using my oils to help them, all that yucky stuff, get out before it settles in. So yeah, it's really affordable because it comes down to pennies per dose. There's 250 drops in a bottle, or 80 drops in the bottle if you get the smaller ones, and you only need 1 drop at a time. So not all oils are created equally. You will never see doTERRA on a shelf in a Walmart or a drugstore, because when you allow those companies to sell those products, what they can do is alter them, and they have permission to. If you know anybody who's a hairstylist or in that industry, they will tell you that even places like Sephora will change up the recipes of the hair product or whatever to make it cheaper and more affordable for them and the consumer. And so these big companies have that ability to do that. So that's why you never want to buy essential oils, even if they're doTERRA, from like Amazon or from that sort of situation, because they can be altered and adulterated. So I don't know why my little graph isn't showing up, but picture this whole circle here. And this is just a pie chart of the grades of essential oils. So there's ultimately 4 kinds of essential oils. There's your synthetic oils, which come in any like room spray, air freshener, candle. These are completely man-made scents that are supposed to smell like whatever it is, like a lavender candle is supposed to smell like the lavender plant, but it's a man-made recipe. And the scary part with this is that companies have proprietary rights over fragrance. So they don't need to disclose what's in there. And you can even like get something that says like paraben free, organic, but they don't have to tell you what's in the fragrance. So to make the fragrance itself might have all those bad, harmful things in there. And companies don't even need to disclose it. Then there's your food grade. So this is like any food flavoring, natural flavors. Like we all know watermelons, Jolly Rancher doesn't taste like a real watermelon. Like that's a synthetic made. And it might even be derived sometimes, but like peppermint gum is not peppermint essential oil. Then there's therapeutic grade, and therapeutic grade is what you're going to see in your health food stores, TJ Maxx, wherever you see your essential oils. And with that, the FDA says that they only need to be 20% or less of what they are to get that therapeutic grade label. So you could get your bottle of lavender essential oil that's therapeutic grade, and it only needs to have 20% lavender oil in it to get that label that says 100% therapeutic essential oil. So there's usually fillers, fragrance, or even just a carrier oil in it. And that is probably of those three, the best option. But overall, the best option that is out there is certified pure therapeutic grade. And doTERRA created that trademark, but they opened it up to allow anybody who fits those standards to go in there. So all of the oils are third-party tested. They all come from the soil where nature intended them to come from. Like I live in upstate New York. I can grow a pineapple here, but we know like it's not going to be that great. It's probably going to be super small. Like I don't have the climate to grow a pineapple successfully. And so with these oils, they're sourced from all over the world where nature intends for them to be grown. They're not grown in greenhouses. They're grown in soil that hasn't been harmed by industrialized nations like we have here, really depleted our soil. The oils with doTERRA, where they come from, the soil is nutrient dense and hasn't been really messed up by mankind. The other great part about doTERRA is every bottle on the bottom of it has a lot number, and you can go to source2you.com and find out all you need to know about your essential oil, where it was harvested, the constituents that are in it, and they don't let a bottle go through without being vetted and making sure that it is the exact quality that it needs to be. They've even been known to like take away oils if they can no longer meet those standards. They also do everything from growing the plant, harvesting, to creating their oil themselves. So it cuts out the middleman. That is what keeps things more affordable. They treat the farmers really good. As a granddaughter of farmers, like that part is really important to me. The fragrance industry has exploited farmers all over the world for generations. They don't pay them well. They treat them really poorly. They might not pay them at all. And doTERRA owns all the land that their plants are harvested on, but they give so much opportunity to the farmers. They give them the chance to purchase their own land. They pay them a competitive, livable wage. They take really good care of them. There's also this organization called the Healing Hands Foundation, where doTERRA donates money from certain oils that goes into those communities to give them schools, access to running water, bathrooms. They teach women and girls how to stay on a 28-day cycle so they don't end up pregnant and unable, I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting pregnant, but a lot of times what happens is a lot of these women don't even have a chance to graduate from school or to continue their schooling. I could talk on that all day. It's just really important to me. I think we vote with our dollar, and it's nice to be with a company that stands behind these really good values and that takes care of their farmers. These are all sustainable practices. This is something I worried about getting into this, was like, is this going to be around for the long haul? And Doterra started in 2008 when we were in an economic crisis, and they made it work. They are totally private, debt-free company. We don't have any stockholders that we need to keep happy, and there's no special interest. And like, those things are really important to me, looking at this down the long, like looking at the big picture of like, I want to do this for a really long time. And they have sustainable practices, not only in how they farm everything, but also with the business part of it itself. So there's 3 ways that you can use your essential oils. You can use them aromatically, which is really common, with your diffuser. You can get your diffuser from Doterra. You can get your diffuser from anywhere. Just make sure your oils only ever come from Doterra, because they're the only ones that have all of those things I just mentioned, the third-party testing and all of the purities and potency standards. You can also like apply a drop to your jewelry. There's specific jewelry that's made for that, that's more porous. There's like little pieces of felt that you could get to go inside of necklaces. I love diffusing because I think I can change the mood of the people that are around me, or even myself. And my animals. That's another thing. People a lot of times are concerned about their pets, or they've heard things about essential oils and pets. With Doterra, we can stand behind that and know like that they are safe and they are what they are. You know, I think it's way more harmful to burn a candle around your pets than it is to diffuse these pure essential oils. With that being said, you always want to make sure you give your pet the freedom to leave the room. You wouldn't want to like close them in your bathroom and turn the diffuser on and lock them in that tiny room. Like, always give them the option to leave. I should have taken a video of this. The other day I was doing samples and my cat like came through and knocked over everything. And I'm like, this is so funny because everybody's always like so worried about pets and essential oils. And here's my cat with her own free will walking through all of mine. And there's some other like safety things around that, and I can get you more information on that. And there's like certain oils that you don't necessarily like want to put topically on animals, but in general, as long as they're Doterra, you can safely diffuse them in your home with pets, with children, with whoever. You only need about like 6 drops in your diffuser, depending on the size of your room or what you're trying to do. I know like when I keep them on my nightstand, I only put a few drops in, versus if I'm putting them in like my whole kitchen living room area. You can also apply oils topically. So the bottom of the feet is a really great, safe place to apply your oils. The feet have large pores, so they absorb really well. If you've ever seen a reflexology map, you can get really specific and intentional with where you put your oils on your feet, and you can just apply a drop and they soak right in. You can also make roller bottles that you put essential oil in, and then you top it off with a carrier oil. Like fractionated coconut oil is my favorite. It's not greasy, but essential oil, because it's so pure, it is also not greasy at all, and it's not going to go very far when you're applying just 1 drop topically. So like with a deep blue with the deep blue essential oil, I love like if I have a stiff neck or something, just to put a drop on there and it's fine. But if like my whole shoulder is bothering me, then I'm gonna put it in a roller bottle and be able to like get it all over that whole space. And this is what gives you longevity with your oils. It makes them more accessible. I know I keep roller bottles throughout my house. Also, when you're using essential oils on kids, their skin is a lot more sensitive. So you always want to make sure that you are using a carrier oil when you're applying the oils topically on kids or sensitive skin or on pets. Doterra also makes the Deep Blue Rub, which Deep Blue is like the gateway oil for most guys when it comes to essential oils. It's great for pain relief, and the Deep Blue Rub is just really convenient, and you only need to use a little bit. And it's like, for me, it's all about convenience. If something is there and it's easy to use, I'm going to use it. That's just like the lazy girl in me. And when you apply your oils topically with the carrier oil, it's not diluting it in a sense where it's making it less potent. It's just diluting it so that way your skin can absorb it better. And like coconut oil, avocado oil, olive oil, they are fat. That's what oil is, it's fat. And so when you put that on your skin, it actually allows for that essential oil to hang out longer. You don't absorb it as quickly, so then it lasts longer, the benefits last longer, and all of that. So don't think of it in the sense of you're diluting it and taking away the potency. Actually, diluting it, they say, makes it even more potent. And again, that's how you extend the life of your essential oils. There's all different recipes on the doTERRA blog, but you can also use Pinterest, your wellness advocate. There's tons of resources out there to create recipes for specific concerns, ailments, for specific age groups, and all of that. And you can also purchase like already made roller bottles if you don't want to make them yourself through the doTERRA website. And then you can also take your oils internally. So only certified pure therapeutic grade oils should you take internally. And on each bottle, if you are able to take them internally, you'll know because it'll give you supplemental facts. So you have these supplemental facts on the bottles that you can ingest. So not all of them that you should, but like Deep Blue, for example, that one is good for topical use. You don't want to take that internal. All that wintergreen will actually give you a stomach ache. But you can just take a drop and put it in your water. I love to do lemon in my water, and that helps me drink more water throughout the day. You just want to make sure you use something like stainless steel, metal, glass, or ceramic, and not plastic, because plastic is toxic. The citrus oils will eat right through that and put a nice hole in your water bottle. You can also get veggie caps. Veggie caps are pretty cool. doTERRA has them on their website. I think it's like $4 for 200 of them. And you pop them open and you put a few drops of your oil in, and then you can just swallow it like a pill and get the benefits of doing it internal. This is good if you don't like the taste of the oils, like Digest Zen. I am not a huge fan of, but it does really work good if I have an upset stomach or something like that going on. So I want to get those internal benefits, but I don't want to taste it. So I put it in a veggie cap. I do a drop of frankincense under my tongue every day. Frankincense is the most studied essential oil, and it's been shown to reduce the size of tumors. It has a lot of anti-cancer properties. On Guard is great. When I start to have like a sore throat or something coming on, I'll put a drop of the On Guard, which is the immune boosting blend, in my warm water with some lemon, and it just coats and soothes my throat. You can do that as a preventative measure or if you are feeling sick. And I also just wanted to mention, like, if you do accidentally swallow essential oils, like I have one customer whose son somehow drank a whole bottle of Deep Blue, which I don't know how because it would taste really gross, but he did. And she called poison control, and they were like, just have him drink a lot of water. So that's like really reassuring to know that that's the only thing you need to do. Not recommending you go out and do it. And like they even have an On Guard cleaner concentrate, and right on the bottle it says like, if consumed, drink a glass of water. Like that's just really important for me. I like to really clean up my products and my lifestyle, and it's just in alignment with where I'm at right now. You know, if you think about it, like if you're spraying down your counters with some like something that you wouldn't drink or you wouldn't want to get internally, but you're spraying down your counters and like you're resting your arms and your hands on there, and then your arms and your hands end up in your face and mouth. Little kids, you know, they've got their mouths on everything. So for me, like cleaning up those household cleaning products and making them cleaner and greener, that was really important to me. And that was really where I started with the oils. Like I just knew I didn't want those harsh chemicals. And it's awesome that they actually work good. And we're still on those surfaces all the time. And it's like, if you wouldn't feel comfortable with getting that cleaning product in your mouth, then what are you doing cleaning all your surfaces with it? So anyways, those are the 3 ways that you can use the oils. I do all 3 all day long. I would say like for me, I'm more of like a topical application person, but I love to diffuse and I love to use them internally as well. So ultimately you can clean up your whole medicine cabinet with doTERRA oils and products. They have a great line of household everyday type of products like hand soap and toothpaste and hand sanitizing spray, shampoo, conditioner, all those goodies. So you can really swap out everything. There's even like their version of Neosporin, which I love. They have a breathe stick, which is like equivalent to Vicks. They also have a beautiful line of supplements. I've been taking the Lifelong Vitality 3-pack of supplements for a couple of years now, and I have noticed such a difference in my skin, my digestion, my energy. I just always like to tell people the first month that I took them, I always get like really bad period cramps, and I'd gotten off of birth control again with just like trying to clean up my lifestyle. And so I started taking the vitamins, and let me tell you, I thought that I was pregnant because I didn't have any cramps that month. And I was like really freaked out because it's usually like the day before and the first day that they're super bad. And like I didn't get them. So I'm like, uh-oh. And then it ended up like what I think happened was I wasn't deficient anymore. Like I was getting all of my minerals and my nutrients that I needed. So my body wasn't yelling at me anymore. Like it was really happy. And truth be told, it is not normal. I'm sorry, it is common to have cramps, but it's not normal. Like our body shouldn't have cramps every month. And when it does, it's kind of letting you know, like, hey, there's something off here and you need to play around to figure out what that is. So for me, I think I was really depleted nutrient wise. I know birth control can do that too. And I was on it for over 10 years. I also think there were things I was missing in my diet, and with our soil being as depleted as it is now, even if you're eating like a really clean diet, we're just not getting the nutrients that we once did because of our soil being depleted of those minerals and nutrients. So I really think that the oils are amazing, and the supplements are going to be that foundation. Like the oils are going to be a great coping mechanism and a great tool and a great band-aid, but ultimately like you want to get to that foundation. And so it's all about creating a healthy lifestyle and getting really clear on what areas of your life that you can clean up. So I always like to ask people what their top 3 health priorities are. And there are oils for all of them. And even if, even if we have to play around and figure out what works best for you, because we're all different. It's just nice knowing that there are so many options out there for us to try. So these are some of the really common and great starter oils to use. So we've talked about blends and single oils. So like the peppermint is a single oil, but then doTERRA has made some blends, which are really convenient, and they combine oils in a perfect chemistry of the right amount, like ratio wise for the oils. So Breathe is on here. That's the respiratory blend. It has like eucalyptus, peppermint. What else is in Breathe? I'm just trying to think. I'm drawing a blank. I think there's why can't I think of that one? It's right on the top of my head. I need a little oil myself. So anyways, they take those oils and combine them to all support the respiratory system. Breathe is wonderful to diffuse at night. And it's a little bit stimulating because of the peppermint and stuff. So I like to mix it with lavender at night. So I get like a really great sleep and my respiratory system is open. Digest Zen is great for any digestive issues, nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea, constipation. Past tense is great for people who get migraines and headaches. Again, like peppermint and frankincense and lavender, you can blend those three together. That has saved me the last couple of years, just not having headaches and migraines anymore. Tea tree is great for the skin, for acne, blemishes, and scarring. I use tea tree on that. I've actually been putting tea tree on my masks along with peppermint oil, and I just take a little bit. I actually just like swipe my thumb on the top of the oil bottle and put them on, and it smells really good, but I also feel like it's antibacterial, and my skin was getting really congested where my mask was, and now it seems to be a lot happier since I started doing that. Lavender is also great for soothing the skin. Lavender is a very gentle and calming oil. A lot of people get better sleep when they're diffusing and using lavender at the end of the night. Serenity is the restful sleep blend. That is in my, if I had to pick like top 3 oil, like I'm using Serenity every day. And I don't even just use it at night. I use it throughout the day too, and it just keeps me focused and calm. Again, with the fractionated coconut oil as that carrier oil, it's a great quality and it's unscented. I also personally get my coconut oil from Amazon. I get organic coconut oil from there. But you know, you can get it from Doterra as well. Again, just always make sure that the oils are from Doterra, but your carrier oil and your diffuser you can find from other places if need be. But just like everything else with Doterra, it's definitely higher quality from them versus other places. Aroma Touch is a good massage blend. It's great if you have like restless leg syndrome. A lot of pregnant women swear by Aroma Touch and like massaging it on their feet and on their legs. Frankincense, again, with those anti-cancer properties, and also it's very anti-inflammatory, so it can be great for pain relief and just overall wellness. I love to do lemon and other citrus oils in my water throughout the day. It just really helps me drink more water, so that's beneficial that we're drinking more water. And also, any citrus oil is going to help cleanse and restore the liver. And when our liver has more of a fighting chance, then we're going to naturally detox better throughout the day. And then the last thing on here is Terrazyme, which is a digestive enzyme that Doterra makes. And I definitely just like got started with the oils. I wasn't really into the supplementation at first. And then I tried them, and honestly, like supplements just never worked for me before. So Doterras have changed my life. One of my friends swears that that's why she got pregnant, was with her use of the Lifelong Vitality, because she was unable to before, and then healthy lifestyle changes and using that, she was able to get pregnant. And the Terrazyme is great for anybody who has digestive issues, like if you have intolerances. Like I know for me, gluten and dairy are definitely triggers, but I still consume them because that's who I am as a person. They are still a part of me, and I use my Terrazyme when I eat them. So it just helps you actually get the nutrients out of your food and digest quicker and better. So that LLV is the #1 product that doTERRA sells. It has a 30-day money-back guarantee. I just think it's so funny because we're an essential oil company, but the most sold product is the Lifelong Vitality. So if there aren't like any questions or things that you have, Kelsey, that you want to talk about, I will just kind of get into like how to get started with doTERRA. But if you have any questions or comments, now is a great time.
Yeah, I mean, I've started with doTERRA about September, I think, of 2020, so fairly recently. And I am very enthusiastic about it. I love it. That's why I'm here now. I have rapidly grown my oil collection. And I just have like, nothing but good experiences. The first few that I tried were peppermint, lemon, and lavender. And I have been struggling with wisdom teeth pain for over a year. Of course, I take Advil, but you wait 30 minutes for it to kick in, and you have to eat with it because your stomach and all of that. The peppermint, I just swiped it over my teeth, and it was almost instantaneous relief. So that has been a saving grace for me, and I love it. The same with lavender. The first time I diffused it, about an hour before bed, I not only myself, but my boyfriend was like, wow, this is very relaxing. I told him, I was like, it's lavender, it works great. And, just getting that affirmation from somebody else in the same room, you're like, this does work. It works well. He actually asks me constantly, hey, can you put something in the diffuser? I feel angry, I'm feeling bored, I'm feeling whatever. And I have created concoctions and they work great. And then the same thing with the veggie caps. I recently started doing those myself, and I have noticed tremendous benefits in my mood, how I feel with my energy throughout the day. I've been playing around with different like veggie cap blends with frankincense and on guard and different things. But I've noticed that every time that I take those, I'm texting my friends throughout the day. I'm like, I'm in a great mood. Like, what are you doing? So I have nothing but, great experiences thus far. And then the same thing with the Terrazyme. I recently decided to try that as well because, my stomach is all sorts of messed up all the time. And Terrazyme has been extremely helpful for me. My boyfriend's big into supplementation as well, and he kind of tries to compete with me. So he's like, "Oh, you got a digestive enzyme? I'm gonna get one." So he went on Amazon and got one. And of course, it's the synthetic, man-made digestive enzyme. And he's tried it about 4 or 5 times now, and every single time he's like, I feel terrible after I take this digestive enzyme. My stomach doesn't feel right. I've tried on an empty stomach. I've tried it eating food. I've tried, eating food within 10 minutes of it, or like all these different combos. And I told him, I was like, try Terrazyme. And he did. And he was like, wow, this is a big difference. So the bottom line up front is every single product that I've tried so far, that I've shared with my boyfriend, both of our responses have just been wow, and it has been life changing.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I know like we're all experiencing 2020 like differently, and we've all had our challenges. I mean, I know it's 2021 now, but it's just like forever going to be 2020. And those challenges, and I'm just so grateful to have had the oils, to have had the supplements that have just kept my mind and my body in a really good place. And like, if anything, that's the blessing that's come from this. And the community and the support that we have is great, because like literally we can hop on that page and just like ask a question. And I love when people do that, because like I always learn something new, like in that private Facebook group, when somebody hops on and like shares their advice or testimony. I just really love that. So many different ways and uses. And something else that just came up, and I don't know if I've told you this before, but when one of my mom's friends works at the post office, and somebody had their magnesium shipped to the post office from Amazon or wherever, and it spilled all over the place. So white powder substance in the post office. So they had to like test it to make sure it wasn't anthrax. And the lady's like, no, it's like my magnesium powder. It's all good. They had to test it. It came back. The main ingredient was wood chips.
Ugh.
So like that just kind of goes to show that anything and everything can be put in your supplements, and just like those same standards are there with the oils, they are for the supplementation. So it's just good to know. And doTERRA works like a Costco or a BJ's in the sense that it is a membership. So it's $35 to become a member, and you get wholesale pricing. So it's 25% off of everything. It's the same price that me and Kelsey pay, and you get that price for a year. After the year is up, if you want to still be a member, it doesn't automatically renew. You renew it yourself, and it's $25 a year after that. But they send you a full-size bottle of peppermint, and this is like over a $25 value. So once you're in, you're in. It's kind of just like a wash to stay in it. If you get a kit, the membership fee is waived. So you don't pay the additional $35. Like it's just included with your kit. A kit is a great place to start. I started with the Healthy Start Kit, which is the top 10 oils and a diffuser. This was great, a great place to start. It's a pretty affordable price when you start to think of like, okay, I'm getting 10 oils at 80 drops each for $160. The diffuser is free because you would normally spend, this would be about $25 diffuser that you're saving in that. You get the peppermint, the lavender, the lemon, the deep blue, which is the pain relief blend, Digest Zen, Breathe, On Guard, which is the immune boosting blend, tea tree, and oregano. So those are great oils that I use all the time. And the nice part about this is like you also get your wellness advocate. So you get me and Kelsey to help you figure out and navigate all of your oils, because we never want to like sell you something that's going to sit on your shelf. And that's why we're here. Like we are literally here to educate and help you incorporate them into your healthy lifestyle. There's a kit with the vitamins, which is amazing. And also right now, doTERRA just launched a nutrition program. So they have a protein powder, a greens, and a fiber. So it's not in this picture, but if you wanted to add that on to this kit, I believe it's 20% off, or maybe no, it's 10% off this month until the end of January. So you'd want to get your order in before February if you want this deal with the protein powder and all of that stuff. And of course, like their ingredients are really clean and they all taste really good. I've got to try everything and they taste awesome. If you want to like do this as a business or revamp your whole home, then the Natural Solutions Kit makes a lot of sense. You get full-size bottles of those oils. You get the whole On Guard line with the toothpaste and the hand sanitizer and the hand soap, shampoo and conditioner, the deep blue rub. So this, and the vitamins too. So this is a great way if you want to just reset your whole life and house, or start the business. And you also get a full-size diffuser. The Healthy Home Kit is another great option if you want to swap out your products, and you want the full-size bottles. So that is pretty much it with the kits. Again, we can like customize options for you if you'd rather just start with a couple oils and get that membership with a few oils. Also, like it can seem overwhelming and you feel like I just want everything, but maybe financially that's not an option. So there's smart ways to do this. Start with your kit and then you don't need to ever order again. Like this is not some sort of like a monthly thing you need to subscribe to. However, there are options to do that. And if you could just go on and place a one-time order, that's no big deal. Or if you want to sign up for the monthly subscription, you get to customize your wellness box each month, and you save more money that way, and you actually earn points that you can then put towards earning free oils and products that way. So that's something we'll talk to you more on after you've gotten your kit. But just feel like if you have a big wish list, but you don't want to get all of them just yet, there's ways down the road that we can make that even cheaper and more affordable for you. But overall, this business has been so beneficial to my physical health, my emotional health. I love the community and the support that I've gotten with doTERRA. It's been a great thing to incorporate into my massage therapy practice. And it's awesome that you can do this business from home, that you can help a lot of people. Like, it creates this huge ripple effect, because if your mood is better because you're diffusing these oils or taking your supplements, then you're going to be nicer to your kids, your partner, your coworkers. So like, you're creating this huge ripple effect by helping just one person, which is awesome. So I love the financial freedom. I love getting my oils for free. Like, those are some definite perks to the business. But overall, just helping people. So, if that's something that's calling to you and it feels like now is a good time, and you can see yourself doing this and sharing, and like, trust me, you do not need to know everything. It's definitely on the job training, and you learn as you go. And we have a ton of resources available for you too. So whether you just want to clean up your home and your family's life, or you do want to like dive into this as a business, it is just a great opportunity all around. So I hope that that was beneficial and that you guys were able to learn some new stuff, and reach out to Kelsey to get started, or any questions that you have. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Brittany.
Yeah. So